So we think of love and grief as very modern feelings. We make mixtapes and playlists of sad songs. We binge-watch series about lost loves. But what if these feelings are much older than we think? What if the first tears were shed over 100,000 years ago? In a quiet cave, a body was buried. Not with weapons, not wheat food, but with flowers. And that single act may be the first proof of human love. Welcome to my channel. This is the story of the oldest burial. 100,000 years ago, in present-day Iraq, nestled between the Zagros Mountains lies Shanidar Cave. For millennia, it was home to Neanderthals, a species of extinct human beings. It was here in this cave that life and death played out in a brutal yet beautiful way. One day, one of the Neanderthals died. It could have been anyone. Perhaps it was a hunter-gatherer named Am who knew every inch of the land, or El, who had just given birth to her first child. The day they died, the sun set early, leaving the clan in darkness and in grief. As night fell, they carried their loved one out of the cave. The air was cold, the wind was harsh, but they walked on. When they reached a secluded part of the cave, they placed the body down. There were no sharp rocks, no wild animals, only the comforting presence of wildflowers growing nearby. Here they placed the body, carefully, lovingly. Today, the soil of that cave has revealed traces of pollen, delicate particles from the flowers that once grew there. It's possible that these were the first flowers to ever be picked to honor the dead. They may have plucked the vibrant blossoms, not because they tasted good or kept them warm, but simply because they were beautiful, because they wanted to make the dead feel at peace. And so they buried their loved one, covering the body with soil, maybe humming a song or telling stories of the great hunts and the gathering of berries. When they were done, they placed some of the wildflowers near the grave, a small offering to the one who had passed on. In that moment, something remarkable happened. They had created the world's first grave. This wasn't just a pile of dirt. It was a monument to a life, a silent scream in the face of death. They had chosen to remember. And why did they do this? Because love is the only answer. Flowers had no practical use for survival. You couldn't eat them. You couldn't hunt with them. So why bury them with the dead? The answer is simple, yet profound. Love. This was not about utility. It was about meaning. What they did next showed how deeply they felt. Their loved one might have been gone, but they didn't abandon them. Instead, they gathered around the grave, sharing memories, perhaps shedding tears. They didn't walk away, run away, or hide away. They stayed because they had loved and they were willing to grieve. And in that act, they planted the first seeds of ritual, of memory, and of love. Today, we bury our loved ones with rituals and flowers. We write eulogies and reminisce about the good times. All of this is thanks to those early humans who dared to love and grieve. Imagine what they must have felt. The ache of absence, the fear of loss. They could have walked away. Instead, they stayed. They remembered, and in doing so, they gave birth to an entirely new aspect of humanity, the capacity to love and to grieve. The oldest burial teaches us that being human isn't just about surviving, it's about caring. It's about the courage to feel, the strength to love, and the will to remember. Yes, humanity did evolve in a world full of predators and harsh conditions. And yes, we had to fight and scavenge for a place in the sun. But our survival also came from something else, something just as powerful, our connections to each other. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember that you are part of a legacy that began in a cave, a legacy of love and loss, of joy and sorrow, of hope and remembrance. You survive not only through your strength, but through your memories, through the love that binds you to those who have gone before and those who remain behind. You are part of the human story, and that story is written not just in your DNA, but in your heart.